Do you believe that your march was successful? All right, let's take you to Alexandra to see what is happening there right now. Mangoba, our colleague, is there.
Well, certainly, Tapiso, as you can see now, community members back here again on the streets of Alexandra this evening, of course, continuing with that total shutdown. You can see those fires, they have been ignited again here on London Road, and community members not backing down, quite upset, of course, from that march that they had earlier on, where they marched to the offices of the city of Joburg, trying to hand over a memorandum to the mayor of Johannesburg, Herman Mashaba. And of course, you know that they did not hand over that particular memorandum because the city manager was sent to collect that memorandum, but the residents, of course, refusing for the city manager to accept that memorandum. They vowed to continue with the shutdown. They vowed to intensify the shutdown, saying that they're going to continue to close off the streets to traffic. They're going to ensure that none of the entrances into Alexandra are accessible to motorists come tomorrow. But of course, we're expecting that to resume tomorrow morning. But it seems that some of these residents have taken it upon themselves to come to the streets and to stage their demonstration to show their discontent at the picture and what was currently happening with regards to the city of Johannesburg not heeding to the call for the mayor to come and accept their memorandum. Of course, this is London Road. It has been blocked to traffic. As I speak to you now, vehicles are being turned back, and it's inaccessible at this point. None of the vehicles can pass at this point. We do understand, though, that they are not throwing stones at the vehicles, but they're merely asking the drivers not to use this particular stretch of road in order to make sure that the impact of that shutdown is quite felt by those who use this road. Of course, the residents are very angry. They're saying that the mayor, Herman Mashaba, has continually disregarded their calls for him to come and receive their memorandum and for him to come and listen to their grievances. Of course, the grievances, you will know that they've raised since last week, Wednesday, the issue of illegal dwellings that keep on mushrooming in this area, as well as the lack of service delivery that they say is a constant problem in this community. So they're saying at this point, if the mayor is not prepared to come here to Alex will burn. So that's what we're seeing this evening, as the residents have taken again their anger to the streets. They're saying that they're not going to move here. They're going to continue here until they get some sort of officials to come here. We do know that the Premier of Gauteng, David Makhura, will be making his way here tomorrow to come and meet with the community. You recall, this was one of the demands or the requests by the community that if the mayor cannot come to hear their demands, then they want the Premier of the province to come here to Alex to listen to them. So we have confirmed with the office of the Premier that indeed the Premier will be here tomorrow to come and listen to the concerns of the residents of Alexandra. We also have word that the President Cyril Ramaphosa will also be making his way here on Thursday to come and meet up with the residents. But of course, the residents saying at this point they don't want the mayor to come here in Alexandra. They're saying that the mayor, they've asked for the mayor too many times to come to this place, and he's simply just ignored their calls for him to come down. This is the fourth attempt where they've tried to get the mayor to come here, and they're saying that now they don't want the mayor to come here at all. They're saying that Herman Mashaba is not welcomed here in Alexandra anymore. They're saying that even if the president himself were to come on Thursday, if he's going with Mayor Herman Mashaba, they will not listen to the president. They're saying that they will not listen to the president. They want him to come on his own. They don't want the mayor of Johannesburg, who they say has continually neglected and has shown some sort of arrogance, as they put it, to their demands for him to come and address the needs of this community, for him to come and hear the grievances of this community. They're saying that at this point, they don't want to even hear from the city of Joburg. At this point, it is getting dark and it is getting quite dangerous for us to be here as journalists as well. So there are no police here at this stage. There's no police presence that's here. So we are here on our own. But of course, at this point, residents saying that they're going to continue with their shutdown. Let me see if I can get and speak to some of them on why they've now decided to close the stretch of road. Baba, if you can just join me. Explain to us, why have you decided to come here and close the street?
We decided to come here to close the street because we want the community services, everything. It's not going well. Everything is doing it's bad. Everything. Even the people of all of them, they are doing bad with everything. ene kombela ku xilo xa one ai fakela community workshop tiyindlu ta hina ti tekiwa hi vanhu va le handle tiyindlu ta hina ti tekiwa swilo hinkwaswo swi tekiwa hi vanhu va le handle a ku na lexi xi nga right loko munhu wo vabya sweswiwani ambulance yi ta teka 5 hours hinkwayo va yimeli ku munhu a za a fa mavona.
Okay, so obviously raising issues of poor service delivery. Sisi, let's talk to you as well. Why have you decided to come and close this road? We know that the shutdown was supposed to continue tomorrow. Why have you decided to start it now?
Okay, since 1999 South Africa,
the situation getting out of hand here. We'll have to try and move away from this crowd that is now come here and collected here to try and speak to us. Of course, the residents raising issues of service delivery again is also the issue of housing coming out quite prominently, saying that they have been waiting patiently for housing and it's taking so many years for them to get housing. So at this point, let me come back to you in studio because it seems as if most of the protesters are now gathered here where we are standing.
Okay, sorry, mister. We're not going to vote because
Mangoba Mkhono, our colleague who's live in Alexandra, Mahaketla Mohlabe is still with us. Mahaketla, so obviously the whole issue is about Mayor Herman Mashaba failing to acknowledge the presence of the protesters. What is the reason why he didn't make it?
Well, Tabiso is back to square one. As you can see the scenes here, there in Alex with my colleague Mangoba Mkhono covering that particular protest for now. What we see there emanated from what we heard from the protesters. Immediately after they returned from Sandton, they said that there was no mayor to receive the memorandum. But initially, what we heard was that they were going to actually hand over this memorandum to city officials. But of course, when they arrived there, change of tactics, they said that we want Mayor Herman Mashaba himself. But we know that Mayor Herman Mashaba was in Vlakfontein today, handing over housing stands on the other side. But I think for them it's ironic because they saw this on Twitter, and I think it exacerbated the situation because one way or another, it's just a similar situation they are facing in Alexandra, and they are saying that Mayor Herman Mashaba, we gave him more chance to speak to us since last week, Wednesday. But for them, they are saying that he's not taking them serious. That is why you see these scenes now unfolding in Alex. And what they are saying is that they no longer want to hear from him anymore because they gave him enough opportunity to speak to them, but he failed to honor their invitation. So
some of them I see are saying that as a result, they won't vote. Are they saying they won't vote for him or they won't vote at all? Well,
they're saying that they won't vote at all. And of course, we spoke to a lot of case studies, more especially the elderly who have been living in Alex for a very long time. And what they're saying is that we have been living here since early 90s. Nothing has changed. And what they showed us is what we call the C form. And the C form, I think, is the form that they used to apply for the RDP housing. One of the elderly women that I spoke to is a pensioner, of course. She said that I still live in this one-room shack with my 7 children. And I've been living here since 1990. And here is the proof. I have the C form and I've been applying for the RDP housing. There have been excuses. I've been taken from pillar to post. And when you look at the children, she shares the one-room shack with 7 siblings. And among those siblings are men. So they're sleeping under the same roof. And they've been doing this for over a period of 20 years. So I think this is one of the frustration that actually we see in the streets of Alex, and the residents are actually furious. On the other side, I have to mention, Tepi, so you drive in Alex. It's difficult for you to overtake a car. You have to wait if you're going into the opposite direction, you have to wait on the side of the road for the other motorists to pass so that you can reach your destination. I think it's been difficult for them. I mean, a pile of rubbish, uncollected rubbish, and you can see that it's been uncollected for so long. And I think this is exacerbating the situation in Alex at this stage. So it's back to square one. Alex is banning, and they are saying that they're not going back. This despite Premier David Makhura saying that he's going tomorrow to address them, and of course making a statement that the president will be there on Thursday.
All right, thank you very much, our colleague who's watching the situation in Alexandra, and Mangoba Nkunu, our colleague still there, will bring you more updates on that. But